My boyfriend was like, the Golden Globes are coming on, so we should watch. And I was just like, I don't know if I can watch. I don't know if, I can, okay, turn it on. So he turned it on. This is my first time ever receiving an award like this before, especially overseas. Innately and naturally, as a human being, I am insecure and I sometimes don't think I'm worthy of receiving awards. So when you receive one from overseas, it's even more of a like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. So I'm wonderfully overwhelmed. I'm more than thankful. It feels good to know that there's just not one group of person over in US that's seeing me. It feels good that there's another part of the world that's seeing me. I'm very thankful. That was one. I actually was over here when I found out about the Emmy nomination. It gets a little dark, but the light comes out because I always put a little light on this. So in the midst of the Emmys and the upcoming events for the Emmys, when people were mentioning the possible nominations, I was on my way here for the Cannes Film Festival. And I was on my way to landing in Lisbon, and I found out that my uncle had passed away. For me, I was just in shock. I was just like, what's going on here? So crazy. Like, so many things are happening. I can't believe my uncle is gone. I came to Cannes Film Festival. I remember telling my manager, I was like, I don't know if I can go. And he was like, how would your uncle feel? And I was like, you're right. Because he told me right before we left, he said, you should go over and you should enjoy yourself. So I listened to my manager and we walked that red carpet, and it was the best red carpet I've ever had. 2 weeks later down the line, my aunt had seen that I was going through something. I had gone through something prior days before. She was like, listen to this man. He's a fantastic artist. And his name was Gregory Porter. And she just kept talking about him. The next day, we go into a shop. Long story short, we see Gregory Porter in the south of France. Who would have thought? So I thought in this moment, like, there was a lot of energy circulating around. For me, spiritual energy that was circulating around. The very next day, we found out that I get the Emmy nomination. So for me, I was just like, this was ordained. It was designed. This was not just by accident. This was for a reason. Now, when it came to the Golden Globes, I was in my house playing my games. I play The Sims 4, you guys. My boyfriend was like, the Golden Globes are coming on, so we should watch. And I was just like, I don't know if I can watch. I don't know if, I can, okay, turn it on. So he turned it on, and I had the keyboard on my lap because we didn't have like a table at that point. I saw my face pop up and the keyboard goes flying. The mouse hits my toe and I'm in pain but happy. And I realized, I'm like, oh my God, this is what pure joy feels like. It's a little bit of pain, but this is what pure joy feels like for really being seen and nominated. I like fun projects. I like in-depth projects. I'm a drama girl, so I love drama, and I like it when it's to the max. I want somebody to be moved when I'm playing a character. I don't want it to be dull. And if it's funny, obviously I want it to be witty and quick or even dry. So when Pose came, I obviously fell in it because I'm naturally a drama girl. When Luke came, it was a lot of work, because I had to really develop the character. There was a process of creating Sophia before I even got to her, but the writing was fantastic. So I was glad I got to have a space in choosing that. When it came to Ryan Murphy, again with AHS, there was no choice, there was no question, there was just yes, yes, and yes. And I was very happy I got to play something different. But yeah, that's how all of it happened. Preparation for me is key. When I'm prepped, I can go on the set and I can have fun. Repetition is key, character development, writing these things down, writing who you think your character is, reading the script and seeing how she would say something at a certain point, compared to how Blanca would speak, totally different to how Sophia would speak. It's a long process, but when you're done, you feel so much more accomplished. And like I said, you go on the set and you're like, okay, I have this. Now all I have to take away is what the director has to give me. It could be totally different. It could be the same as how I prepared it, but at least I'm prepared with something. The characters have more development to them. Obviously, you get a second season, you get to know more about them. Specifically with Sophia, though, she's delving into uncharted water, which is a thing we call love. And I don't think she knows how to deal with that, ladies. I think it's something very hard for her to do because she's such a strong, independent woman. But yeah, the laces that have been tight in the first season are loosening up, and we're happy.